Hello everyone, welcome to our channel 2 Bits. Those who are new to this channel, let me tell you that this is our 7th video on the Linkedlist series, and in this video we will be solving a medium level Leetcode question named Rotate List. In this question, we are given a head of the list and we are given a value k, which is the number of times we need to rotate the list. For example, we have a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after rotating it one time, we will have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, as 5 will break from here and go to the head. Again, after rotating it for the second time, we will have 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, as 4 will break off from here and go to the head. So in the end, we need to return the head of the new list. Now let's see one more example. Here we have the value k is equals to 4. So we are given a list 0, 1, 2. After rotating it for one time, we will have 2, 0, 1. Then we will have 1, 2, 0. After rotating it for the second time, then third time 0 will break off from here and it will go here. And for the fourth time, 2 will break off from the end and will go at the beginning. So the first solution that you will be telling in an interview will be that each time you move to the end node and make it the new head. So for the first time you will travel the list, go to 2, break this link and make 2 the head and point it to 0. In the second step, you will be going to 1, traverse the list and go to 1, then break this link and make the head 1. Then for the third time, you will go to 0, you will travel the list and go to 0, break this link and make 0 the head node. Then for the fourth time, you will go to again to 2 and break this link and make 2 the head node. So in the end, we need to return this head. So the time complexity for this solution will be that you will be traveling the whole list each time, so it will take order of n into k times, as you will be repeating it k times. So order of n for traveling the list to reach the last node, and you need to repeat this step k times, so it will be n into k. So this time complexity is order of n into k, and the space complexity is order of 1, as we are not using any extra space. So let's try to reduce this time complexity and move on to our next solution. In the previous solution, what we were doing was that we were rotating the list k number of times, and in the end we were returning the new head. Now if we increase the k to 500, so we need to rotate the list 500 times. Now that's a lot of rotations. So if you observe here is that if the k is equal to the length of the list. For example, k here is 3, and if we rotate the list 3 times, we end up getting the original list. For example, here we have 0, 1, 2. We rotate it one time, we get 2, 0, 1. Then we rotate it second time, we get 1, 2, 0. And then when we rotate it third time, we get the original list 0, 1, 2. So if the k is in the multiple of the length, for example, here if k is 3 or k is 6 or k is 12 or k is 15, it is multiple of the length. If we have any multiple of the length, we will end up finding the original list at the end. So if k is a multiple of the length, what we need to do is we only need to rotate the list by k mod length times. For example, if k given here was 14, so as the length is 3 and 12 is a multiple of 3, so if we rotate the list 12 times, we will get the original list. So what we need to do is we need to make k is equals to 14 mod 3. So we know that till 12 we will get the original list. Now we only need to rotate the list 2 times to get our answer. So from rotating the list 14 times, we reduced it to rotating the list only 2 times. Now this was the case when k was greater than or equal to length of the list. Now we will see the case when k is less than the length. So we discussed about the case when k is greater than or equal to the length. So we made k is equals to k mod length. Now let's see for the case when k is less than the length of the linked list. So here The length of the linked list is 5 and k is equals to 2. So we need this as our output. So what we will do is, we will traverse the list and reach the last node and make the last node point to the first node. Now this turns our linked list into a circular list. Now what we need to do is, now as we can see that this is our output, so if we simply break this link and make 4 our head, this will give us our output. So how do we break this link? As we need to rotate the last two node, so as k is equals to 2, then this node will be length minus k. So as k is equals to 2 and 5 is the length, so length minus 2 will give us 3. So we will reach the third node, we will simply break this link and make the next node as our head. So after breaking the link, this will be our head and it is the linked list that we need to return. So what we did was, we traversed the list, we made the last node point to the first node so that it makes it a circular list. Then we moved to the node length minus k and we broke the link and returned the next node as our head. Now let's see the time complexity for this particular solution. So what we did was, first we traversed the whole list to reach the end node, so it will take big O of n. Then we made the end node point to the first node and then we traversed n minus k nodes to reach this particular node and break the link and return the new head. So this will be our time complexity, and the space complexity is order of 1 as we are not using any extra space. Now let's see the Python solution for this particular question. So in this solution, first we check if the head is already null or not. If the head is already null, we simply return head. Now what we need to do is, we need to calculate the length of the list. So n represent the length of the list and we need to make the last node point to the first node. So we take a pointer temp, temp is currently pointing to the head and we traverse till temp is not equals to null. So we will go from 1, then we will go to 2 and in the same time we increment n as we are calculating the length of the list. So when we go to 2, then we go to 3 and then 4 and 5, and when temp reaches null, we will stop the loop and previous will be pointing to the fifth node. So when temp reaches null, previous will be pointing here and we will stop the loop. Now our n will be the length of the list, that is 5. So next what we do is, we point previous dot next is equals to head. So previous is our fifth node and we point the fifth node to the first node. So this create a circular list. Then what we do is, we update as we discussed k is equals to k mod n. So here k was 2, so 2 mod 5 will give us 2 only. So k here remains 2. Now what we do is, we need to traverse, now next what we did was, we need to traverse to this node and break the link and return 4 as our head. So to traverse till this node, we will take a counter and point it to 0, and then what we do is, we again reinitialize head and previous and we traverse till n minus kth node. As we discussed in the solution, we need to traverse till n minus kth node. So n here is 5 and k is 2, so n minus kth node will be 3. So we need to traverse till the third node. Now here we are traversing till the n minus kth node, and n minus kth node is this particular node. So we will traverse till here. So previous will be pointing to this node, and after the loop ends, what we need to do is, we need to, before breaking this particular link, we need to store the address of this link. So we make head as previous dot next. So previous is 3 and 3 dot next is 4. So we make head as previous dot next and then we break this link and make 3 point to null. So after breaking this link, we make 3 point to null. So previous dot next is null and we simply return the new head. So new head is 4 and we simply return 4. So So 4 is our head, 4 is pointing to 5, then 5 is pointing to 1, 1 is pointing to 2, and 2 is pointing to 3, and 3 is pointing to null. So this is our output, and we simply return the head. The link for the C++ code is given in the description, and link to join our Telegram channel for various updates is also given in the description, so please check that out. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video or learned anything new, then please share, like and subscribe to our channel.